What is up, you guys? So today we're here to talk about Tommy Eichenberg. Yes, he went to Ohio State, not Wisconsin like we originally put out and when he was first drafted in the 5th round by the Raiders. Now, I apologize. I confused it with another red team. Give me a break. But overall, there was a little bit of a expectation placed on Tommy Eichenberg by myself that maybe he could be a starter when he came out of the 5th round of this year's draft. And that thought / expectation was kind of echoed by Antonio Pierce in his day one press conference following the Raiders rookie minicamp day one. You guys get the point. Anyway, so the question I'm raising is, could Tommy Eichenberg start at middle linebacker for the Raiders? Now, don't get me wrong. I have felt that this defense took a huge step forward with Robert Spillane in the middle last year. Divine Diablo's back. I think he's gonna have another fantastic year. But I felt like Antonio Pierce is a linebacker guy, okay? And he knows his linebackers, clearly. He knows what to look for in terms of leadership, in terms of reading ability, in terms of getting off blocks, coverage ability, all that kind of stuff. And with what he said in his press conference specifically about Tommy Eichenberg, I really think that he thinks he could be a starter too this year for the Raiders. Talking about how the guy is a green dot player, which means, he's the one with the headset directing everybody and telling them what to do, lining them up correctly and all that stuff. Called him a leader, a downhill, a downhill playmaker and all that stuff. And he said he just feels like a linebacker. And I really feel like he could be a solid starter, if not backup, for the Raiders. Now, giving you a little bit of a background, Ohio State started 3 years there, not Wisconsin. 2 interceptions in his Buckeye career, had a pick 6 his junior year there. Also had 120 tackles in 2022. Followed that up with 82 tackles just this last season, 2.5 tackles for loss and a sack. 21 total tackles for loss and 3.5 sacks. Shows his ability to, like we said, attack downhill and make plays. And one thing that we also did notice was his draft profile according to Lance Zierlein. You'll see here, this is his draft profile according to NFL.com. Yes, they graded him out below a 6, which is a above average backup. Wow, average backup or special teamer. I swear I can read. And you'll look here, in terms of the player bio and everything. So Eichenberg is passionate and tough with the desired mindset of an inside linebacker. Let's see. Well, he plays with good physicality at the point of attack. He's more of a fit and fill linebacker than one who will make plays and disrupt what the offense is trying to do in the run game. He's a straight line mover lacking ideal bend, speed, and agility for open field tackling and coverage duties. The production looks great, but it might not translate into a long-term NFL run. And like I said, now, I never said he was a physical specimen. Those words did not come out of my mouth. In fact, we can all acknowledge he's, 6'2", 230. He is your typical just a linebacker. He's just a linebacker, downhill guy. Go get him. Eats a lot of meat, protein. And he's not going to be great in coverage. Like, I hate to break it to you, he's not going to be, one of those playmaking linebackers that over the top that can make plays. He's just not. He's not Eric Kendricks, but he's Tommy Eichenberg. So what does that mean? Well, I think he could come in and be a very, very solid linebacker when you need him to start. I think he could be a very solid special teamer that, like we said, comes in and gives you some value that you might not normally get. And again, I think it comes down to coaching. I think it comes down to putting a guy in the best possible place to be a starter. And also another thing you got to remember is, Robert Spillane was not Antonio Pierce's guy. Like, he did not bring him in as the coach. That was McDaniels and the former staff with Telesco and Pierce in their now positions. They brought in Tommy Eichenberg, who, in my mind, I think that could be a very, very average, or at least a little bit above average middle linebacker for the Raiders and really give you some value, especially in the 5th round. And who knows, maybe he could develop into being maybe even a Pro Bowler and something special when he gets into the NFL. But for my money, in the 5th round, getting at least a somewhat solid starting linebacker and somebody that can play in the middle and backup roles and a really good special teamer, I don't think you can ask for much more than that. But hey, let us know what you guys think. Could Tommy Eichenberg start at middle linebacker for the Las Vegas Raiders? Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below. And we'll just go ahead and see you guys on the next video.